Welcome to the Happy Place, aka the Madhouse, aka the Mad Wrestling Podcast, episode 287. This is your captain speaking, along with Mike Larkin, LFA, and the Walker. Well, we finally had a disappointing AEW pay-per-view, and it only took a year and a half. So we'll go all in on All Out a little later, because they definitely redeemed themselves on Dynamite anyway. We also have the next match in the PromoBowl. Congratulations, Moses, and to Chris Maldonado. Nice return.
Oh, yeah. Big came back with some fire, that's for sure.
Oh, yeah. To be honest, I don't think his fire ever went out. He just kind of went quiet. But first, let's get into this week's WWE, which has left me with so many questions.
I'm so glad I didn't watch Raw. I'm just going to leave it at that.
Well, this is where the questions come in, because I know they're not the most logical of writers, but Jesus Christ. So, Drew McIntyre miraculously recovers from a fractured skull. Oh, no, wait, sorry, it's a fractured jaw now. I guess he must have called the doctor and said, they want me back on it all next week. Okay, well, you can have a fractured jaw instead.
Stand up.
Doctor. Thank you,
Stand
doctor.
up.
Stand up.
Randy will see you next week for his fractured jaw,
Right?
So he comes in an ambulance, which he stole from the hospital he was at 2 weeks ago.
Didn't somebody steal an ambulance and come back to Raw or SmackDown?
Yeah, that was Ambrose.
Ambrose.
There you go.
It was also very nice how the ambulance's siren smoothly transitioned into Drew McIntyre's entrance music as he opened the door.
Well, you know, they had that sound clip from when he was in NXT, so they're like, fucking play it.
The whole thing was just so ridiculous. But I mean, Drew storms to the ring like nothing ever happened and drops Orton with a claymore. Okay. This is where the logic comes into it. Obviously, it takes more than 2 weeks to recover from a fractured jaw, let alone a fractured skull.
Right? Coming from a guy who had his jaw dislocated, it is not a quick injury.
No. You certainly ain't gonna show up to work 2 weeks later and start kicking people in the face.
No. I had to eat food out of a straw for 7 weeks.
Ouch.
The worst.
Meanwhile, Drew's also cutting promos.
You lucky. I need some of those jeans.
And I'm just wandering around backstage for 3 hours.
I know, right? Like, shouldn't you be, like, at home resting? Nah, I got shit to do. All right, whatever.
It was nice for him to bring the belt with him as well. Priorities.
I was about to say, you can't leave that thing at home, you know.
We could have left it in the fridge.
Only Punk does that.
Obviously, like I said, it wasn't the only time we saw Drew all night. Because he's just wandering backstage, and who's the official's name?
Which one?
Who seems to be sort of the acting GM or whatever of Raw.
Adam Pearce, former
Adam
ROH
Pearce.
superstar Adam Pearce, yep.
Yes. He's having a tough time trying to get Drew to leave the building.
He sucks at his job.
I mean, he did okay for a few weeks keeping Retribution out.
Oh, yeah, because, you know, the group known as Retribution is on their way, and it's like, you can't just say, like, can you keep these fucking geeks out of here?
Yeah.
And Postman Pierce, man, which was kind of funny.
Pardon you? What happened? What the fuck? Where did that come from?
That was on Friday Night SmackDown when he was having him sign the contract.
Oh, that's right. Where he like showed up at fucking in the Firefly Funhouse.
Yes.
I mean,
Whatever.
other than the lack of logic, it was actually a pretty eventful night on Raw.
Not gonna lie,
what
first time
are
I
we gonna
saw the
call
dude, I thought it was Dan Matha.
Cedric Olo, the team of Cedric Alexander, Ricochet, and Apollo Crews.
Yeah,
Cedric
cool in the
Olo.
game.
Versus the Hurt Business, and as has been teased for weeks, if not months, Cedric, well, actually, he gets jumped on his way to the ring by the Hurt Business, and then decides to turn on his team.
Is that what happened? Okay, I'm
It was
really
a ploy.
excited. I didn't watch
It
Raw.
was a ploy. It was a ploy. You know, they attack him. Hey, maybe he's not enjoying the Hurt Business. You know, maybe you're doing something. Maybe it's all a ploy. But in actuality, I am enjoying the Hurt Business. He did what Mr. Kennedy did, Mr. Anderson did in TNA. I got tired of getting my ass kicked, so I'm going to join the Aces and Eights. I got tired of getting my ass kicked, so I'm going to join the Hurt Business.
Well, I mean, at least Cedric kind of fits with the Hurt Business. Anderson was a complete mismatch with Aces and Eights.
Oh, it absolutely was. And I mean, you look at Cedric from his Ring of Honor tenure. I mean, he could play heel very well when he was managed by the lovely Veda Scott. So I look forward to seeing what he does as the heel role in the Hurt Business.
Yeah, I mean, he does kind of look like the fourth wheel, I guess. But maybe that's just because we're used to seeing the three of them together.
That actually gives me a good idea. Maybe I should find an application and submit it to the Blackhearts.
There's more dissension in the ranks as Angel Garza feels unneeded after Andrade and Zelina snub him in their entrance and then just walks out on him against the Street Profits. I mean, this has been teased for weeks, if not months, as well. Andrade versus Garza.
I'm just waiting for them to pull the trigger, man.
Fucking Garza is all he's worried about is getting some pussy.
I mean, can you blame him? Well, first,
it doesn't matter where it comes from, even his wife.
Right?
What would it? I mean,
he's all, I got the fucking Bachelorette, bro. I got this fucking. I got who's Charlie or whatever.
Charlie Caruso.
Yeah, she's hot, by the way.
She is. Well,
the Bachelorette girl wasn't on Raw this week.
No, well,
Selena's right there.
Well, that's the thing that makes me laugh about that. Well, you don't want to have to deal with Aleister Black on that.
That's what I just said. I'm just kidding.
All right. Well, I'm just going to say
real
this.
quick.
Well, you also what he proposed to his girlfriend on NXT. We're just supposed to forget that now. Now he's
that's right. Thank you. I almost forgot that.
Because the thing is, when you leave NXT and you go to Raw or SmackDown, Will Smith's there waiting with the deneuralizer.
Yep. Men in Black. Will Smith reference once again.
Seriously though.
Yes.
Oh God, it's bad.
It is.
And this is the thing as well. Zelina's not even interested in either one of them. She's all business.
She is.
Yeah.
She was like Alexandra York, Terry Runnels back in the day, man. All business.
Well, I mean, Terry Runnels got some.
Well, I mean, later on, yeah, but I'm talking about Alexandra York, man. Hell, even Miss Hancock, man. Good Lord.
Yeah, well, I mean, at least she ain't in no sunny territory. Jesus.
Oh, God, I do not want to have the sunny days, man. No, thank you.
Sunny days.
Good Lord, man.
Oh, there was plenty of Sunny D back in the day.
No.
Moving on.
I had Brett and Sean couldn't get enough of it.
And British Bulldog.
Oh.
That was the real Montreal Screwjob.
Oh,
I love it. I love it.
So after the match was a nice surprise. Cesaro and Sheamus arrived to challenge Street Profits to a champions versus champions match.
Hold on, wait.
Cesaro and Nakamura.
I'm about to say, I was like, they got back together.
I miss the bar. Cesaro and Nakamura.
Oh, I do. We are the bar. Oh, that's awesome.
I just kind of blank out Sheamus now because he's literally Brad Pitt in Snatch.
No, he's not. You want to know who he is? He's trying to be Thomas Shelby from the fucking what's the goddamn
Pinky
show?
Blinders.
Pinky Blinders. My wife's trying to get me into that thing, but I swear to God, I seen that and I'm like, dude, that's who you're trying to be. You're trying to be Arthur. You're trying to be one of the Shelbys. You can't do it. Everybody's like,
"Wow, you gotta be a lunatic to be Arthur."
All I know is that guy's my hero. And yeah, he's a lunatic. I love it.
I still compare him to Brad Pitt. I'm just waiting for him to fight over a caravan.
I do get that whole impersonation thing. I can totally see Sheamus just. I want. I come up. I'm already laughing.
You like dogs?
I know. I'm like picturing him sitting in the caravan, looking around, like, oh. I'm like, oh god.
Why the fuck do I want a caravan that got no fucking wheels?
Oh, I have to watch that movie now.
There's one for us, Mike.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm interested in the champions versus champions match. I mean, I don't think we're going with the champions versus champions thing for Survivor Series. They kind of squashed it last year. We only had the women's match. That was into promotion.
Are they going to be unified now?
I hope so. That's the rumor, and those belts are about 10 years overdue.
Thank you.
God, those things are ugly.
They are the worst.
In 3 different colors.
We had the pennies, which were just the worst. They looked so bad, and then they were just like, okay, well, let's just make them nickels, and then fucking put red and blue straps on them because it's fabulous, or I don't fucking know what. It drives me bananas. And I'm watching 96, and that's like, anybody remembers the 90s fucking tag titles, those are some those are some titles, boy.
Even when they brought in the SmackDown ones, they kind of modeled them after the same belts.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the thing, they weren't exactly the same, they were just based on it.
Yeah, I mean, what's so wrong with looking like a championship belt?
You know, we gotta style it up in their WWE way that just absolutely looks like crud.
Let's put a big ass medallion around our waist.
Put a big ass W on that bitch.
Oh, big old W.
Throw some D's on that bitch while you're at it too.
It's the shiniest belt buckle I've ever seen.
By the way,
that's how Vince has the final word on designing belts. Like, where do you want the WWE logo? Yes.
Yes. By the way, on a sidebar there, Mr. Moses Marquez, since you were talking about 96, and I apologize for going off topic here, but dude, SummerSlam 96, y'all were covering that. Did you see the spot where Shawn Michaels tells Vader, move, asshole, move?
Yeah, I brought that up. I was just like, okay, see, the great thing about that, and I'll make it real quick, is Amir actually like had pointed out all the backstage heat that was really going on, and I just thought it was like Vader fucked up, and I just played it up. I loved it. They crapped all over it. I'm just saying. It's like a historic match. I'm like, it was like a 4, and they're like, it was like a 2. You know what the fuck? You don't even know what happened. I'm like, well, that's why you're watching this shit. I was not a WWF kid.
I think we hold things from back in the day in too high esteem sometimes.
Yeah, we do.
And then we go back and actually watch them and like, yeah, that wasn't that great.
Like I said, if I would have known all of the backstagery, then I probably would have given it a whole different thing. But yeah, I can totally see what he meant now, because it was like Shawn just refused to lose. Like he could lose 3-4 different ways via count out, DQ. He beat up your mom, so they DQ'd, whatever. And then he's like, I have to win in the end. And I'm like, what? Okay, now I get it. I was just like, he overcame adversity, whatever. You know, I bought in. Because that's what you do in wrestling. You buy in.
Mm-hmm.
You either buy in or you sell out.
There you go. Either adapt or perish, evolution style.
Love it.
Yep.
We had another breakup last week, and now this is where we really put it to the test, as it was Peyton Royce versus Billie Kay.
You know what? It was all right.
It was all right, but it was just weird because neither seemed very bothered about having to face each other.
And then
until after the match.
And then they hugged. Nothing.
Yeah.
Hug it out.
I will say though, I think Billie kind of had more personality in her entrance.
Yes.
And obviously, her music was much more fitting. I don't know what the hell they did with Peyton Royce.
You know the heel. You know, like the full heel turn's coming.
Who's this new group? They've got Def something.
Who?
This new group that's doing the music.
That's who.
Yeah, it's Def Label or something. Emphasis on Def.
Oh, it's not even
the same fucking song all the time.
Mm-hmm.
No, it's not even those fuckers that CFO and all that shit.
No,
they gone. That's why they're changing all the music.
I just don't care anymore about the goddamn music. I just don't. Let me see who it is.
Rehire Jim, please.
Just bring back Jim. Yeah, Jim Johnson. Yeah.
Oh, what about Dale Oliver? Is he still working for Impact?
Yes, I believe so.
Ah, okay. Never mind. Then
bring back Jim Johnson.
Well, we did see Dale Oliver on the WWE Chronicle with Jeff Hardy when he was doing his music.
Well, yeah, I mean, he's been very involved with Jeff's music. I mean, if you listen to the original versions of Jeff's songs in Parex Region and then you listen to the Impact versions, they're always very, very different.
That they are. Very true.
Especially Modest.
Modest to the top.
It was like 3 different versions of that.
Yep, Def Label, man. My God, these. Oh, yeah. Oh, I'm looking at this now. Yeah, Def Label.
I don't think they've ever even tweeted. Have they? They're following like 2 people and they've never tweeted.
Yeah, go fuck yourself.
Love it.
It's like maybe it's like a group of 13-year-olds that just got together.
Oh yeah, they just figured out how to use a mixed board on a laptop. Look at this.
It's Nicholas and his friends.
It's like it's like friggin' Zach Morris and all them just forming Zach Attack in the garage.
Yeah, but 2020 style.
Yeah, buddy.
You know, Mike, I was just thinking the other day, actually, how cringy was that rapping Seven Dwarfs episode of Saved by the Bell?
Oh my God! You know that's right. Yes.
My eyes bugged out when you brought that up.
Oh my God! Friggin', you know, so kiss me, mama. Yeah, AC Slater. Yep.
My heart belongs to this wicked queen.
Oh my God, it's cheesy, but it was funny, man. It's like when they were singing, you know, friggin', "Come Go With Me" at the sock hop, man. Come on.
Just like Def Label, because that kind of trying to be cool rapping back in the 90s was all exactly the same tune.
Yep.
Oh shit.
It is. Same tune.
So obviously they're going with Peyton Royce, who got the win. But like I said, I think Billie Kay had more presence in the entrance. Obviously, Peyton's slightly got the edge on the wrestling skills.
Just slightly.
Yeah, just slightly, but I see like a big heel turn coming for her. I think, did you guys see the exclusive after Raw where she was pretty much like, yeah, I beat her, and then she pretty much had like that face of intent, and she looks like she's good. There's like a heel turn coming. Like she's trying to be like, oh yeah, you know, me and Billy, and then now it's just like, you know what I'm saying? You could kind of see she's gonna become this biatch.
I definitely got a kind of a heel vibe from Peyton during the match. And even in her entrance, she was just kind of looked like, screw all you guys.
Well, that's something.
I'm going.
Screw you guys. Yes. But she's someone that's very formidable to go against Asuka. I mean, I know we got Asuka and Mickie James next, but I got to say, Peyton Royce and Asuka, that's NXT written all over it, you know?
Well, yeah, I mean, I missed NXT for a while, so the first time I saw the Iconics was in that triple threat match against Asuka, and I actually thought Peyton was going to win.
Me too. Yeah, that was the one that also included Nikki Cross, right?
Wasn't it the second one? I'm sure that there was a triple threat match first, and then there was a fatal 4-way.
I thought there was a fatal 4-way first. I remember a triple threat. All I remember about early NXT is I was like, when they first did Bayley versus Eva Marie and Nia Jax was Eva Marie's Diesel, I'm like, for the love of God, please don't put the belt on this woman. And then thankfully they didn't. And actually, it wasn't a bad match. You know what I'm saying? But thanks to Bayley, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It just gotta go, okay. Remember those early days of freaking NXT with Bayley and Eva?
So NXT San Antonio, it was definitely Asuka, Billie Kay. Yeah, that was a fatal 4-way. But I'm sure there was a triple threat as well.
I'll take your word for it. I'll take your word for it. But I digress. Hold on a second. Digress. I don't mean to cut you off again, but dude, Eva Marie, what the hell's that shit with the high heels on SmackDown, man? Are they saying it's Eva Marie? Are we aiming that it's Eva Marie? Or are we thinking it's someone from NXT or like Chelsea Green or some shit?
Well, it's been rumored she wants to get back into wrestling, and she commented on the video, so
I'm okay. You know why I'm okay with it? Just because like she defended professional wrestling and actually has the respect for it. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm okay with it.
She's got the respect for it, but she can't wrestle for shit.
And please don't kill Carmella again. Yeah, but don't kill Carmella again.
Unless she spent the last 3 years or so really working on it, then we'll see.
No, she didn't.
No, she's kidding me.
She's not fucking Pat McAfee, fucking sitting in the corner, like sitting in the dark, fucking messing around, like I'm gonna buy a ring, and like no, she's like I'm a fucking model. That's all I give a shit about.
Hold the hell up, man. She's not Cameron, for God's sake. She's not Arian Andrew, girl bye. I would actually say hello to Eva Marie. I would actually say hello to Eva Marie.
Well, yeah, I would too. Have you seen her?
Yeah.
Who I really want to meet is her fucking crazy ass boyfriend, Vinny. That guy's funny.
Oh, Jonathan or whatever his name is, the bald guy? Yeah.
I thought his name was Vinny.
Vinny? No, Cameron. My bad. I was thinking Eva Marie. Eva Marie's married to some guy named Jonathan. Oh, Vinny. Are they even still together? I don't even think they're still together anymore.
I thought they were. I don't know. I just remember that shit from the. Yes, I'm going to totally admit that from the fucking Total Bellas.
When he wanted to kick Brodus Clay's ass, I'm like, dude, what are you
doing? Maybe she tried to go down on him face down.
Whoa!
Whoa, hey. Maybe.
Okay. We get the entire Mysterio family again. Moving on to nice family-friendly stuff now.
I laughed so hard when I seen all four. I was like, what the fuck is going on? I was like, now this kid can't go anywhere without mommy and daddy, and now his fucking sister?
Hold on a second, man. I'm just going to say this right now. 19-year-old, the beautiful Aaliyah has grown up ever since CM Punk just sang that creepy-ass lullaby right in the face. And I got to say, she's blossomed, man. She's blossomed.
Yeah, Mysterio got some good genes.
That he does.
Big time.
Apparently, there are Louis Vuitton jeans as well. That was another thing as well. Dominic said, if you touch any of my family, I'll something. Leave them at home then. Stop bringing them to Raw.
Stop putting them in harm's way, goddammit.
This is a guy who literally tore the skin off your back with a kendo stick, and you want to bring your sister and your mom.
Right? Like they fucking took your dad's eye, quote unquote, and like, come on, you want to go check him out up close?
Also, where the hell's Rollins? Because Becky's not due yet.
I was just gonna say.
No idea.
It's kind of early, yeah. She's still got a couple months, a month, something like that.
Yeah, she's got at least 3 months, I think.
That's what I thought.
I reckon.
I fucking reckon.
Maybe he's got a fractured jaw.
Everybody's got a fractured
jaw. He'll be back next week.
Yeah. So Murphy challenges Dom to a street fight. And still Dominic wants to bring his family to the ring.
Oh, yeah, because street fight, which
that's
because that's where I want my.
I'm going to put him in harm's way even more. Okay.
Because as a proud Mexican son, that's the first place I want my mom is right next to me in a street fight. You fucking kidding me?
With a candlestick in hand.
No. She's hit me. What the fuck are you doing? Get back in the house. Yes, ma'am. I'm 31. You know what I mean? Like, no, that's not how this works.
Well, before the match, we finally see Drew is still in the building because he left his phone in the ambulance. That's excuse number 1.
Sometimes you gotta leave it in the ambulance.
Asuka and Mickie James are heading for a match next week, non-title, but they teamed up against Natana this week. I'm just giving team names to everybody.
I hate it. I hate it, Des. I hate it. What are they doing? What are they doing in Natalia? The boat. The boat.
I mean, AJ Lee once said talent is not sexually transmitted. I don't think it's transmitted via being next to somebody either, so I don't know why they've paired her with Lana.
I hate it.
I missed that line. That was so good.
Amazing promo. Yeah, so very simple tag match. Asuka and Mickie get the win, and then there's some tension there because they're going to face each other next week non-title, and then I'm guessing we're going to get a title match at Clash of Champions.
I cannot wait because if their NXT encounter was any indication, I cannot wait.
Yeah, and what the hell is Mickie James drinking? Because woman does not age. She
Beauty,
hasn't aged for like 20 years.
Oh,
Jesus.
And she's had a kid.
God bless. I hate you, Nick Aldis.
And she got pushed off in front of a train.
Yes.
And isn't she like country singer famous too?
Hardcore country. Yes.
41. Jeez.
Last I heard, she's running for presidency.
Holy shit, he talks.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yes, I do remember.
I don't think anything ever came of it though.
No.
I couldn't vote anyway. I'd have voted for her. So Cedric Alexander officially joins the Hurt Business in the VIP lounge. However, Apollo Shea, that's Apollo and Ricochet, and the Viking Raiders attack. This equals an 8-man tag because, of course.
Oh, poor friggin' Ibar, man. Hurt.
Yeah, what the hell happened to him? I didn't even see
Tope
it.
Suicida, and you can see him at the end after he does the Tope Suicida. He's like grabbing on his hand and his arm.
Ah, so he landed on his, like,
Yeah.
awfully on his hand.
Yep.
So it's not a fractured jaw.
Like a cervical deal.
That'll be a hairline fracture. And no, he'll probably actually be out for like a month with that.
Probably.
Cedric gets the win over Ricochet with a dusty finish.
Oh, the Michinoku driver. Was it a 3? Was it a 3?
Not entirely sure why you need a dusty finish in an 8-man tag.
But okay.
Okay. I mean, he literally betrayed him early that night, so obviously the feud's going to continue.
Nah, but we got to let you know it's going to continue.
We got to make it obvious it's going to continue.
Mm-hmm.
Just so long as you don't. I hope this doesn't mean we need to have another 8-man tag, though.
I don't want to see it. But the one thing I got to say, just because I know we're going to get to it, but friggin' Shayna Baszler getting pinned by Liv Morgan, and then the whole Nia Jax thing in Retribution.
Inform me, because it sounds interesting.
Yes. So Riot Squad are against Shayna. Liv gets the pin as Nia is criticizing Shayna's wrestling, basically.
She wanted her to do the Samoan drop. She wanted her to do the Samoan drop, and she listened, and it cost her.
Why in the world would Nia Jax give anybody any wrestling advice, call a spot, anything? What in the holy shit?
Right.
You should have closed your fist.
You should have closed.
Oh yeah, you should have just punched her in the mouth.
Oh.
Immediately after the match, Nia gets her chance against the Riot Squad, which ends in a no contest because the commentators completely ignore the lights flickering on and off, even though they know exactly what it means.
They're so fucking used to it by now.
Yeah, I guess. Retribution have their own logo now.
Cool.
Even though they're a gang of hoodlums invading the building.
That makes no sense either. Like, why are you giving these people logos now and they're just supposed to be like outsiders? It makes no sense,
pal.
Oh, just go fuck off.
They actually cut a promo this week, and of course, it was very, very dark and shadowy, but some people know how to enhance photos. So I think we can definitely say one of them is Mia Yim.
Then Dijakovic.
Yeah, he was definitely the one talking.
Mojo Rawley.
Oh, really?
Dio Madden.
Dio Madden, definitely. Mercedes Martinez.
Oh, Mercedes would work. Well, yeah, that makes sense since she lost on NXT. Yeah. That makes sense.
Damn, just fucking shoot her to the moon, huh?
She's great, man. Like, I'll be honest.
I'm not saying that. I'm like, wow, I didn't really think that they'd actually get her. I mean, for fuck's sake, it took Vince fucking how many months to quote unquote get Shayna Baszler?
True.
And he still barely gets her.
I don't know. I don't get it. But here's the thing about Mercedes Martinez. You got a girl that's been on the indie scene since the mid-2000s, and then she comes into the Mae Young Classic, absolutely kills it. They finally give her a chance on NXT, and she kills it. Now she's up on the main. You got to love it.
Yeah, I think
good for her.
I think they actually said on Mercedes' nameplate on NXT 12-year veteran.
Yes. Yep.
But we've skipped ahead a little bit because after the 8-man tag, Drew is still in the building. This time he grabbed the wrong phone and now he can't find an exit.
Well, damn, this isn't my phone.
Ain't that a bitch?
How the hell did you get out of here?
How do you just pick up somebody else's phone?
Yeah, why was there 2 phones in the ambulance?
It doesn't. He stole. So you're trying to tell me that he stole somebody else's phone now? He stole an ambulance. Now he's stealing phones.
He picked up the bat phone.
Grand larceny at this point.
Whoops! This is a walkie-talkie.
Oh yeah, this isn't my smartphone.
It's kind of like Eurotrip. This isn't where I parked my car.
Well, we all know why Drew's sticking around, but after the match, we find out exactly why he's still around. Orton versus Keith Lee again.
Yeah.
Okay, stop it now.
Enough. Enough is enough.
We get it. An absolute surprise to nobody. Drew hits a Claymore out of nowhere. So that's Claymore number 2 for Randy. Now, in between the Riot Squad matches and this and everything, we're going back and forth to Raw Underground, where Aleister Black and Kevin Owens are just brawling all over the place.
Well, that's what you do in Raw Underground. Am I wrong?
Yeah, but usually they show the whole fight. They don't skip back to another match in the ring.
He killed that kid, Aleister Black, with that black mask. Jesus.
He did.
Oh.
And he damn sure killed KO, swinging him into the wall.
That he did.
Yeah, after the Retribution promo is where we come to the interview area, where Randy's nursing his poor jaw and gets another Claymore. So he'll be back in 2 weeks after a fractured jaw.
Everybody's out with the jaw.
Everybody's getting the jaw fractured. Funny though, Brock took 3 Claymores.
Yeah, you did.
Then again, Brock's got a jaw of steel.
And it's Brock Lesnar.
And it's Brock Lesnar who doesn't go to hospital.
No, he just goes back to his cabin in fucking Saskatoon.
Saskatoon.
Yeah, he just stitches himself up like Rambo.
Yep.
Main event was, of course, a street fight, which ended with all the Mysterios smacking up a buddy with kendo sticks, and apparently now you can quit
He's a goddamn
street
piñata.
fight.
Yeah, that's another thing. You brought it up. I'm like, since when can you say I quit in a street fight?
Is it a street fight or an I quit match? Because they definitely said street fight.
Yes, they did.
Is it a street fight, I quit match, no count out, no DQ?
He said no mas.
It's a no holds barred street fight.
He said no mas.
No. And she didn't want to hit him with a kendo stick though, but she
I noticed that. I noticed that. That was very funny.
She's like watching her 2 kids and her husband beat up a guy with a kendo stick. Yeah, you try. Oh, I can't do it.
All right.
He beat your son to a pulp.
And you don't want to hit him.
Right.
You just don't want to hit him.
He also took part in popping out your husband's eyeball. Just hit him.
Just hit him. Just hit him.
And she did. And
like,
then, of course, Buddy quit.
Typical Mexican mother. That's what he gets for messing around.
Mm-hmm.
So you lose your eye because you pissed somebody off. Whatever, pendejo, that's your fault. Like, okay, goddamn, thanks. Jeez. Can I get some support here? No. Okay. That's Mexican's life right there.
Maybe she didn't want to take the candlestick because it wasn't made by Louis Vuitton.
There you go. Bad and bougie.
Well, there was even logos on Ray's mask. What the hell's going on? Has he got some kind of sponsorship?
Yes, man. Yes, he does.
And that was the end of Raw.
Thank God.
It took us a good nearly half an hour to get through it, though.
Nearly over.
Unfortunately, people, it took us even longer to watch it.
That is true.
So on to this week's bout in the Promo Bowl. Let's enter the Promo Dome.
This next bout in the Promo Bowl is a rematch from the Promo League. Both made their promo debuts this year, with Cypher just narrowly edging out on experience, but is that enough to conquer the Phoenix's inner demon? Phoenix is also highly decorated in other Max Wrestling accolades before turning to promo competition.
Because I heard someone that beat my ass last time was talking shit wanting a rematch. So listen here, Phoenix. I ran far and wide just to get here to tell you I'm not scared of you. Last time I underestimated you, last time you beat my ass. Bravo to you, sir. Whoop-de-fucking-do. But I'm back for vengeance, and I told you boys, told you girls, even told you demons, I'm hungry, and I'm ready to eat. Now, yeah, I just ran my big ass up here because I heard you was talking shit, Phoenix, and quite frankly, that shit don't matter. Because when it comes to this time around, I'm going to get past you. I'm going to beat the mythological beast. I'm going to clip little birdie's wings, and I'm going to go on and get that title. Now, if whoever else thinks they're going to get it, they're going to have to go through me, because I deserve it more. I want it more, and I don't care who I got to go through. I don't care if I got to go through Moses Marquez, Chris Maldonado, etc., etc., because it's mine. And I'm taking it, and I'm bringing it around Daddy's waist. So it's time to put all the kids to bed, read them a bedtime story, and tuck their ass in for the night, because at the end of this bedtime story, I will have the gold around my waist or on my shoulder, whichever looks good. But first things first, I got to get through the Phoenix, and we all know Craig. He's good. He's really good. I give him that. But last time I underestimated the Phoenix because I didn't know how dark he was. But it's all right, though, because the Phoenix won't win again. He ain't going to beat me twice. I don't care what anybody says. Phoenix will just have to come here to North Carolina and try to burn me himself, but he can't. As you can see, I ain't got no problem running up facing my problems, facing my next opponent. And I don't run much, as you can see. But, excuse me, but that goes without saying, Phoenix. You're in my way, and you're guarding my plate, and I'm hungry. So what that means is I'm going to bite your ass if you even try to touch anything on my plate. And I don't care who else I got to go through either. I hope y'all are listening and looking into this camera. You can look into the depths of my soul, look into the depths of my heart. You can take my eyeballs out, do what you're going to do. But you're going to get your ass whooped today, Phoenix. And anybody else who won't step into Big Dog Jordan. I ain't talking Roman Reigns. I'm talking me, Cypher. So, with that being said, Mr. Phoenix, I hope you have a nice evening, a nice day. Because this is the end of the line for you, buddy. It's over. I'm coming for what's mine. And if you got a problem with that, then try to cut a better promo than me. Try to make it look, presentable. Don't just hide in the shadows. For once, step out and let people see who you really are. Because you ain't no Phoenix. You ain't no Phoenix, you a swallow. And spitters are quitters, so remember that, Phoenix. But, I don't know. Maybe it's just because I was being nice too long that I didn't think I would get there. But I'm not playing nice no more and I'm coming for what's mine, so. Who's next?
So it seems that Corey Coulter, aka Cypher, wants his soul back. Cypher, Corey, you need to understand something. I play for keeps. Now, you may be the only person that I've beaten so far, but I have still proven that I should not be underestimated. I have already welcomed you to my domain. Now, get ready to burn in my domain.
This is the voice of Killer Cross, and right about now, we are about to take it to the max. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Madhouse.
Hey, this is the charismatic enigma, Jeff Hardy. Welcome to the Madhouse.
Watching Corey run was absolutely hilarious.
Yes, it was. I don't run often, I can tell.
Me neither.
He's always
You should
hungry.
watch him play. You should watch him play basketball.
Are you sure? Hey, Trav, you know him better than me. Are you sure he's not always running? Because he's always hungry. Every time I turn around, so he's hungry.
He's always hungry for something. Just make sure if you give him Taco Bell to put extra lettuce on it, that'll make him really pissed off. He'll definitely start running then. Dude, I swear to God, the guy has a fear of lettuce.
Hey, I don't like
Me
lettuce
too.
either, but it's not that extreme. See? All right. See, there's
Cole's sounding very much like me. He doesn't run very often. He hates lettuce, and he's always cooking. I feel you, Corey.
We do. That we do.
Okay, week 2 of the Tuesday Night War. NXT kicked it off with the NXT Championship. Balor and Cole. Excellent match, as we knew it would be.
Not a fucking wrestling match.
That was a wrestling match.
It was awesome, though.
This is real wrestling. That's what it was.
I mean, I predicted Balor would win, but it still could have gone either way, really.
It felt like it could have gone either way. I really thought Cole was going to win. But I'm actually glad Balor won. I feel like this could be... Because, like, they were using him as this guy to put on great matches. I was like, well, then have him do it as a champion. There you go.
Yeah, I mean, how long's he been back in NXT now? Like a year?
About that,
At least.
Yeah, right after the Bray Wyatt bout.
Yeah, and he's really not done much. So it's about damn time.
Has it really been a year?
Yeah, right after he faced the Fiend at SummerSlam, he went right on to NXT.
Good God. I thought he just debuted like a few months ago.
Oh, fuck no.
Damn. I'm just saying how damn time flies.
Well, he returned a few months ago because obviously Priest took him out in the ever dangerous NXT parking lot.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
You need like an armored fucking van to park there.
Right? You could be kidnapped. Your camograms could fuck with your car. You never know what's going to happen.
Please tell me you have a valet service.
Oh, yeah, and it's ran by camograms.
Take it to the moon, baby.
So where did you park it? And he just points up there.
All right. Where the hell was he this week? I was looking forward to seeing some camograms.
He's on the moon.
He's on the moon.
It was hard to get down.
Oh, boy.
You know all those stories about the man in the moon? Camograms.
Camograms.
By the way, I'm not to jump around, but you know what I was really happy about this week on NXT?
I'm going to say Shotzi.
Well, besides that, another reason. That goddamn off Theory got his ass kicked.
Yes. So quickly, I'm glad the NXT title match didn't finish in a typical, finisher pin. It was a pretty big 1916 from the top rope.
Woo! Just like a gnarly DDT, honestly, but whatever.
Yeah.
I was just like, God damn.
The funny thing was afterward, though, Cole shakes Balor's hand backstage in the least socially distanced corridor in the world.
Yep. Too sweet, me brother.
Like, I've crawled through bigger spaces in Tomb Raider.
Right?
And they actually put it on TV, too.
Oh, well.
I digress. We mentioned Shotzi. She's up next. Because she catches Robert Stone about to wreck her tank. Leave that damn tank alone.
I said the same thing when I saw him. I'm like, you better fucking not.
Aaliyah jumps Shotzi and accidentally bumps into Io Shirai, who's having a photo shoot.
Oh, no. You don't do that. You don't bump into Io Shirai when she's having a photo shoot.
Obviously, it leads to the ring, and Aaliyah just gets taken out by both of them. Poor Robert Stone tries to make a save, but just gets a gut shot from Shotzi. And then we get a little tease with Io giving the belt back to Shotzi, giving the belt back to Io. And again, they're gonna have a non-title match next week.
Io is short.
That she is.
Mm-hmm. Short-tempered too.
Facts. You know what it is? Like, when you look at someone like Shotzi Blackheart, like for me, I was first introduced to her because she was in Impact very briefly. There was a part of that whole Impact Rise relationship that they had. And what's interesting is, like, she got hurt pretty quickly. Like, she only had, like, a couple matches with Allie, and then she was, like, done with, like, a very short Impact tenure. And then we saw her evolve against friggin' what's-her-face, Brandy Lauren, and my God, she did that tope suicide, that suicide dive where she almost killed herself. Jeez. But here's the thing. After watching that, like, and seeing her just how she works, like, she's good. And I really really look forward to seeing her in Io Shirai.
Oh, yeah. Travis? I'm surprised he stayed silent while we're talking about Shotzi.
And also the fact that friggin' Sami Callihan is using her theme song that was very briefly an Impact now, which is pretty funny. Go ahead, Travis.
Now maybe we just sent him into a daze because we mentioned Shotzi.
Hey, once you look into that green hair, man, ooh.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm all about
Shotzi?
And there you go. See, there you go. Operatic singing, Mr. Dazzy Dangerously. You brought that up with the opera singing of Rhea Ripley's theme.
Yeah, well, it was retweeted and I just stumbled across it, but damn, that girl can sing.
Pipes.
I want more operatic covers. Can we do like Aleister Black's theme?
That'd be cool.
That would be cool.
So meanwhile, Candice is preparing for dinner with Tegan. We'll stick with this before we jump back and forth between the matches. Johnny addresses the awkwardness and leaves the room. Tegan then tells Candice that she's changed. You think?
Sure.
Johnny's like, I'm going to finish my meal upstairs. It's like a piece of lettuce and a little bit of rice.
Like, what the fuck were you eating, Johnny? Like, come on, man.
I'm
going to go finish this upstairs. Oh, I have a piece of lettuce. Fucking A.
Have we not brought up that this fucking loser still has a picture of Doc Hendricks right by his door?
Oh, that I thought that was great.
I'm just picturing Johnny Gargano sitting on the bed upstairs munching on lettuce.
Yep.
He didn't even need a plate.
Nope.
Well, they seem to settle the differences at first, but then Candice throws her food over Tegan, who returns the favor by throwing a drink over Candice, and then dumps a bowl of spaghetti over Johnny.
The only good thing, I know, right? But the only good thing that comes out of this is we get to see Candice versus Tegan Knox, which will be good.
Well, I mean, also she smashed that TV.
Oh,
what a bitch!
I think that's the thing Johnny was more devastated about.
The TV.
Trying to get a new TV.
The TV.
That was a damn good throw, though.
Right?
She launched the TV remote, misses Tegan, and somehow it cracks 2 places on the screen.
I did notice that. I was like, God damn.
Girl was pissed.
Fucking good remote.
I am not getting into a fight with Candice.
Nope.
Yeah, she will fuck up your TV.
Man. Well, I mean, we managed to save the tank, but we lost the TV.
TVs are replaceable.
Tanks and TVs.
Yeah, the tank's not replaceable.
Hey, man. We got tanks and TVs. We got boats and hoes. It's a beautiful thing.
So you mentioned Austin Theory, Mike. This was immediately after Dream's match with somebody.
Okay, first and foremost, you will not disrespect friggin' Adonis there, whatever the fuck that dude's name was. That dude's like, I'm cuter than you are, Velveteen, and then he gets a
you
fucking...
Just said you can't disrespect him. He's like Adonis or whatever the fuck his name is.
Pretty ugly.
It's an oxymoron. I don't know what his name is.
It's an oxymoron. Okay, so that Adonis son of a bitch is pretty much going against Velveteen Dream, talking about I'm cuter than you are. I'm like, that's like friggin' an episode of Boy Meets World when he's at the friggin' opera. I'm fatter than you are. I'm fatter than you are. He's trying to prove who's cute and who's not cute. Then he gets the Dreamer Valley, the friggin' Dream Drive, and then bada boom, he's done. Oh.
And then bada boom, Kushida whoops his ass.
That too. That was the best part about that.
Where the hell's Kushida been?
Remember, he was traveling time. He was traveling time with Hikaru Shida to go back to the goddamn 80s to buy her pants.
Dude, He took him out. Remember Kushida? Remember Velveteen Dream took out Kushida?
Oh, yeah, I don't remember that.
Okay.
Everybody gets taken out in NXT. It just blurs together.
Well, that's still... Well, that's going to be a good match. I really hope Kushida just puts a whooping on that boy Velveteen Dream. And you actually made it, and you said it so eloquently there, Dazzy Dangerously. Friggin' Velveteen Dream has this match against J. Brone number 7, and then friggin', we get Austin Theory. I'm like, oh, how funny is that?
Yeah, Twitter had a meltdown because you got Velveteen Dream, and then in the next match you got Austin Theory.
Oh, yeah.
I think, I don't know who I'm more against. I mean, I'm pretty sure there was more stuff on Dream, but anyway.
It was probably about the same, truth be told. And not to get too political or whatever the fuck.
Political.
But there you go, what he said. Like, I got into a little spat with somebody over the internet because they were just like, well, why did, they compared this whole situation to Enzo.
What?
Thank you. And I said, first off, that was like sexual abuse, like possible rape or whatever.
Yeah,
These two
sexual
fuckers were
assault.
playing with little girls.
Yep.
I was like, do you not understand the difference? I was
Plus, the
like,
girl
yeah,
would
I said,
end up admitted she was lying.
I was like, and then he got fired for it. And then I said that, and they're like, well, why was there not an uproar? He lost his job. What more uproar did you want? These two, this fucker, Austin Theory, all of a sudden, boom, comes right back. No big deal. Now he's just on NXT. And then Velveteen Dream, the reason why most people are still taking it as a slap to the face, this dude comes back in a main event fucking spot like nothing ever happened.
Yeah. That's the thing. I mean, you pretty much send Austin Theory back to NXT as opposed to doing the Andrade Angel Garza stuff, and that's fine. But like you said, he's in a top primary position and one of the representatives of NXT. And it's not with the Enzo thing, because Enzo, like you said, he ultimately got fired. That's the punishment. That's the penance, if you will. And now here comes Velveteen Dream back like all willy-nilly, like how the Velveteen Dream DREAM is. Look at me, I'm back on the main event, but now I'm a heel.
Exactly.
To my knowledge, the only difference between Dream and Theory was, even though we don't really exactly know the validity of the screenshots against Dream, is there wasn't any screenshots at all with Theory. It was hearsay,
it was
I
just
guess.
regular little pictures. He's like, hey, look at me, I'm with this.
Yeah, the meet and greet pictures.
Well, it's like when Matt Striker. Well, remember back in the day when Matt Striker was commentating on SmackDown, he got in trouble because there was pictures out there where it's just him and the boys, and then there was some dong pits. Show us your dong, Matt. Show us your dong, and he had some dong pits out. That's why he got taken off TV, because pictures of his dong surfaced. You know,
a bunch of drunk dudes. Come on, Matt. I mean, I can't do it.
That's what I'm saying. You know, he is a teacher, so he had to put out the ruler. God bless him. He did.
Maybe this is why Sasha Banks hates having a picture taken with people.
Yes. And here's what's funny.
You know what, though? This is also why Keanu Reeves is so socially distant when it comes to taking photos with fans. So you can't say anything.
You know what's funny about Matt Striker? Do you know who he used to team with on the Indies back in the day?
Oh, I did. No, it's not going to come to me.
Okay, so being in New York or Long Island, going to the NYWC Sportatorium, he actually used to team with Rob Echoes, a.k.a. Robbie E., a.k.a. Robert Stone, for a brief time.
Yeah. Robbie. Yeah, I remember that.
Mm-hmm.
But Bronson and Theory lasted longer.
That he did.
I don't know why a match with a guy most people think shouldn't have a job went so long, but at least Reed won.
My thoughts exactly.
Seriously, it felt like it went on forever. I'm like, why is this match still going? With so much heat on Austin Theory. Yeah, it even went for a break. I've come to learn as well. I hate picture-in-picture, and I just skip it.
Yeah, it's the worst. Can't do it.
Hey, well, you know what I can do? I can deal with some more Timothy Thatcher, Thatch Can, man, and him and friggin' Damian Priest coming up.
Oh, that should be good.
Can we put it in the fight pit?
That would be better.
Every time a new feud comes up with Thatcher, I just want to see the fight pit.
Well, think about it. If you had it in the fight pit, you have this martial arts background guy against this grappling dude. And it's just legit MMA perfectly inside of a wrestling ring with spots and shit. And I think they would actually do really well.
Yeah.
But I doubt they'll do that because they're not smart.
Well, I don't see a title change, but I definitely see Thatcher getting some gold in the future.
The thing that's kind of killing me is I feel like Thatcher's just putting over a bunch of people right now. And it's like, you could kind of build this dude, but at the same time, he's like Oney Lorcan. I just don't want him to end up being Oney Lorcan, where it's like, you're going to go out there and you're going to make this guy look awesome. Okay.
Is it Riddle the only one he beat, though, right? Well, like, legit names.
Yeah. I was about to say, I was like, you beat the dude that should have been an NXT champion. You send him to the main roster, and then what? You built this guy up to here, and then you're like, shh, right down the slide.
Next match, though, Strong got the win over Killian Dane, and then beat down Killian Dane. Poor Drake Maverick. Tries to make a save, gets knocked down. Killian Dane cleans house, and then Drake gets dropped by Killian Dane again.
Why bother my guy?
He just really wants a friend.
I know, but the big fat fucker don't like you.
I mean, you can't have his real friend EC3 anymore because he gone.
Well, also, I think in the defense of Drake Maverick, he was channeling his inner James Taylor. Winter, spring, summer, fall, all you got to do is call. You've got a friend.
You've got a friend
in me.
All right, Toy Story reference, yes. You can go that way, too. But no, I mean, it's one of those things where when it comes to Drake Maverick and the whole nine there with Killian Dane, like, it's going to come to be like, I don't want to help you, or, I'm trying to help you. I don't want your help. And you have that conflict. But, it's just setting up Killian Dane and Drake Maverick against Roddy and Bobby Fish.
Yeah, they've bound to team up at some point. And obviously, Killian Dane can be the big bodyguard for Drake Maverick.
Oh, hey. I mean, as long as it's not when Tyson Kidd had Jackson Andrews, I'm good. Oh my God. Friggin' that dude, that musclehead son of a bitch. Man, I'm glad he got fired. But the crap that he did to Rosa Mendez, fuck that dude.
Now that's some shit that'll get you put off TV.
That is definitely some shit that'll get you put off TV. Oh,
so main event was, of course, the cage match, which I'm guessing this is why the NXT title match opened the show, because otherwise they would have had to build the cage and then take it down halfway through the show. So end the show on a cage match. Mercedes is picking weapons out from under the ring before she gets in the cage. Rhea, wasting no time, runs out of patience, jumps around the entrance, and is very, very lucky that cage door is exactly wide enough to get a table through. Like, exactly. Never occurred to me before, but it's the exact width needed. And it was needed because the table came into play in the end result.
That was a sweet riptide, man. That was a sweet riptide.
Yeah. I don't know. I was kind of surprised, though. I did think Mercedes was going to win, but obviously, like we said, it makes sense if she is in Retribution for her to get written off NXT. I mean, I'm not saying that's going to be the last time we see her in NXT. She's obviously got to dump Robert Stone first.
Oh, well,
the poor guy can't catch a break.
Well, dude, she put a restraining order on him.
I was just going to say.
Yeah, but he still works for her, right? Technically.
No.
Oh, okay. There you go then.
Well, I don't think you would keep somebody employed if you have a restraining order on him.
Put the kibosh on it.
Well, I mean, if he's good at paperwork.
Come on.
I see your point. I do. Do your fucking job and stay away from me. I get it.
Exactly, yeah.
Hey, I mean, you know what it is about me, and I've told you this, man. He wears the shoes like Don Johnson, Miami Vice, shoes with no socks. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, hate it. Hate it.
I quiver.
I mean, Don Johnson. But I know Ricky Starks. I'm sorry to interrupt you, man, but Don Johnson does it the best, man. Miami fucking
Ricky Starks was the worst.
Hate Ricky Starks.
What are those?
Right. Oh, Lord.
So the other half of the Tuesday Night War was, of course, Impact. On a great episode again this week. In a change from the usual what we've come to expect from Impact, it opened with a promo rather than a match, which, it's fine. They did good. Alicia Edwards comes out to confront EY and pretty much yells about the effects his attack on Eddie last week had on their kid. New York? Probably. Where's Eddie? Where's Eddie from? Eddie's from New York.
Oh no, they're from Massachusetts.
Oh,
okay, that's Boston.
Okay,
all I know is I kept hearing some fucking. Okay, you be talking, and I'm like, what the fuck?
So, I love you for this.
State of Massachusetts is the spirit of America.
When she was on Wow Women of Wrestling, her name in Wow Women of Wrestling was Sassy Massey. She's sassy. She's from Massachusetts. Sassy Massey.
I almost got a Curry Man intro in my head then. He's hot. He's spicy.
He tastes great. Konnichiwa.
Wow.
Hey, that kind of reminds me. Remember they were having that thing with the chick Crystal, who was the interview at the time, and he's like, I don't even know what the hell he said. That son of a bitch. All I know is he better be out there to whoop some ass. Friggin' Shark Boy, and he goes,
Shark Boy grinds my gears.
Yes.
Anyway, EY says he doesn't care about the effects he's had on their kid and gets a slap in the face for it. Tommy Dreamer then runs down to prevent a pile driver because obviously there's some respect built between the Edwardses and Tommy Dreamer now after Tommy.
Tommy!
And EY's new way of challenging people to a match is, I'll see you. Right? It's either I'll see you next week or I'll see you tonight.
Friggin' yelling at the top of his lungs, tonight! Tonight! Next week! Next week!
Oh, I love EY. He goes so over the top. So we're planning a wedding.
Oh god.
Between Rosemary and Bravo. Bravo's the wedding planner, also the groom, but he's got to run everything by Taya because, of course.
Hold on, wait a minute. Are you fucking telling me a dude is planning a wedding?
Yeah.
So
some nefarious stuff I've ever heard.
Is he like Mike Kanellis in this situation where he was pretty much the bitch in the relationship with
He's
him?
Absolutely Mike Kanellis.
Well, remember, he uses extra virgin olive oil.
That he does.
Mm-hmm. He's also not the most masculine of people.
You can tell.
He's also still whipped.
You can also tell.
But the first match of the night, before we carry on with that, TJP gets a win over Chris Bay, and has to have a title match in his future.
I got to say, I'm very happy because I love me some Rohit Raju, the Desi Hitman. Good dude, great wrestler. I like Rohit, and he's funny. TJP and Chris Bay, you got someone in TJP with the high octane aerial assault, and you got Chris Bay who's dripping in finesse, the ultimate finesser. Like that dude has just got skills that kills, making them cheap thrills. Like it was good stuff.
Cheap Thrills, I'm sure that's a song. Yes, it is a song. See ya. Anyway. See, Mike, you're not the only one with the pop culture references.
Whatever, man.
On Locker Room Talk, obviously Johnny Swinger's back now after escaping Wrestle House. And this week's guests are Susie and Kylie, who are interrupted by Deanna and Kimberly, and Susie ends up challenging them to a tag match, which is set for next week. Not exactly sure why Deanna went after those two, because the entire Wrestle House ruined her black tie affair last week.
That they did. You know what I'm just waiting for? I'm just waiting for her to just be Sue Young and just unleash on Kylie Ray and everybody.
Well, I'm guessing she's got to unleash on Deanna and we get that feud, because why not?
That too. I mean, it's one of the things where you got someone like Deanna Purrazzo who's just going to kill it with whoever she gets in there with. Kimberly's just there to be just Kimberly. It's kind of like meh. You know. Otherwise,
well, it seems Tenille isn't going to immediately get a feud with Deanna, because obviously it looks like she's going to be feuding with Jordan Grace first.
All right, hold on.
Sure.
As you just said that sentence, Moses Marquez is starting the bath up.
Okay.
I am. You got to make sure it's nice and warm. Get some bubbles in there. Maybe
Rubber ducky.
Bath bomb.
Rubber ducky.
No, I'm the rubber ducky.
Hey,
well, Travis is going to be running the bath too first, because Kiara Hogan was in the next segment.
You know it. Got to get some rose petals for that one.
There you go.
Very randomly, Kiara and Tasha are trying to talk Bravo into making them the best groomsmen or something. Women, yeah, whatever. And also encourage him to stop listening to Taya. Basically, grow a pair.
Oh yeah, because that works.
And that's kind of like when Sarita and Rosita were at the wedding of Eric Young and ODB, and she's like, "Why would you want to be with ODB when you could be with all this?" And Rosita and Sarita were all there looking good, and just hey,
Lena Vega,
yummy.
Also, the only wedding to ever take place in a steel cage.
Yes,
that we know about.
Made the friggin' dude. He made the pastor strip down to his underwear. He made him strip down his underwear. It was great. It was funny. They wanted to be comfortable, and then she just slobbered down on him. Oh,
tonight, strip down tonight.
Oh my God! Then they had that song in the background. "Want to Lay You Down and Give It to You in Your Neck" by Spank Hello. 2014 calls.
Man, Impact had some stuff.
2013, 2014, Eric Young, man. With his glasses? Dude, the glasses! The glasses he wore! And the friggin'... Oh, dude. All right, I'm done.
Okay, also, Eric Young has had some stuff. He's done some stuff. He's done so many gimmicks.
That he has. That he has.
Oh.
Well,
Brian Myers.
I'm sorry, man. When him and Orlando Jordan, that's what I'm sorry. Him and Orlando Jordan were bisexual together. Yeah, couple. We're We're a team.
Wait a minute. I missed that one. What?
Remember they were a team, and then he was trying to imply that I'm bisexual. Yeah, we're a team. The whole time. Remember him and Orlando Jordan were like a team for pretty long.
Yes, I remember.
Yep. All right, talk about Brian Myers, Prince of Queens.
Brian Myers addresses Willie Mack being upset that he lost and calls him out to the ring. Mack refuses a handshake and reveals they have an instant rematch, even though Myers doesn't have his gear. But Willie Mack cut the great line because Brian Myers' nickname is the most professional wrestler. Willie Mack said something like, a professional would always be ready.
Dog.
Very true.
Very true.
But again, Myers cheats to get the win with a low blow behind the ref's back, followed by a DDT. I mean, his losing streak days are definitely gone.
You don't know how happy I am to see Brian Myers get the dub on that, man. Friggin' Prince of Queens, man. Prince of Queens.
I'd rather this win than his win last week where he fucking Willie Mack's ass was hanging out for the entire damn world to see.
There was a full moon out tonight. Let's go strolling.
I cannot look at him the same again. That was just too much. No.
Hold on, man. Wait a minute.
You can't look at him straight in the brown eye?
Wait a minute.
Nope.
Oh.
Hold on. Wait a minute, Mr. Travis Walker Anderson. You mean to tell me out of all the history of wrestling where we've seen people get friggin' bare ass out, man, asses out, you know what I'm saying? We ain't talking about tout. And the fact that, you see this sometimes with the pulling of the trunks. This is the one that bothered you the most?
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough.
I mean, when Shawn Michaels' ass was on display at WrestleMania 10, I mean, it was going to be in Playgirl eventually.
Oh!
You told me girls bought that magazine.
Hell, man.
Nope.
Good Lord.
We mentioned Jordan Grace and Tennille Dashwood. Jordan was searching for her backstage and runs into Caleb with a K.
Oh, Caleb Conley, baby.
He is the PP of Tennille Dashwood, which is personal photographer. Personal photographer.
Whoa.
No.
Caleb Conley was on this week?
Yeah, Caleb K. That's Caleb Conley.
He was on the show this week.
Yeah,
when the fuck did this happen?
Backstage.
When he got named PP.
Caleb with a K.
I can't get over this PP thing.
I guess it got cut on my end because I didn't get to see that shit.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was in Tennille Dashwood's dressing room when Jordan was looking for her because
she wasn't even on this week for me. Like I never even saw her this week.
What feed did you watch this on?
I don't know.
That's half the problem right there.
Wrong one.
I watched fucking highlights and I saw this.
Is that damn link that you sent me, Larkin?
No, it's not. Why would it take out friggin' Caleb with a K?
No, it's not.
Motherfucker, it's the only link I have.
All right. Well, it says it right here. He made his return to Impact under the name Caleb with a K, debuting a new gimmick of Tennille Dashwood's personal photographer. So yes, he is now Tennille Dashwood's personal photographer.
The PP.
Bitch.
PP. And he's got glasses and he's got like the button-down shirt. Yeah.
Yeah, it was almost like what's it called? Joey Ryan.
Oh boy.
Before he
he's really the PP.
Bags. He's definitely a PP.
Oh, yeah.
It's almost like Tennille's kind of ribbing on that stupid friggin' gimmick WWE were gonna try to give her. Emelina, yeah. Because obviously pictures of her flashed up during a segment announcing her for next week. She's got her own PP.
As long as she don't come out popping invisible bubbles, I'm alright with that.
With her invisible PP?
With her PP. Pop the bubbles with a PP. with Caleb with a K.
Pop goes the weasel goes pop. My
This is great.
Whew. Okay, so more action in the ring. Motor City Machine Guns versus the Rascals. Surprisingly, the Rascals get the jump before the Guns even enter the ring, which is a little bit heelish, but we'll ignore it. Sabian's also double teamed very, very early on in the match, but the Guns quickly take control, as they do. And pick a target, any target, they pick Wentz's knee. Again, referee doesn't care about tags, and it's bursting my pee-pee.
You went on a Twitter rant about that last night.
It's happening more and more. It's regular tag matches, and everybody's just flying all over the ring. I'm like, where the fuck's the tags?
And apparently it's fucking every promotion that's doing it now, too.
Yeah. And the worst thing is they do all this double teaming stuff, and then they'll tag in and out. What's the point?
Yeah.
You just spent 3 minutes in the ring together.
And nobody said shit.
Yeah, ref clearly doesn't care. Just pin him.
Don't care.
Don't care. But I digress. Guns get the win, but the North attack, followed by Ace and Fulton, followed by the Good Brothers. And now we're getting an 8-man tag next week. Don't you just love 8-man tags? No.
On AEW, maybe.
Well, Kevin Nash tore his quad in one.
Kevin Nash tears his quad all the time.
That he does.
Mike, you sound quiet as shit.
I said that he does.
There you go.
What?
Just making sure.
Solve it.
What?
It's like you've shrunk.
I moved back for like a minute. Jeez, guys.
I just want to make sure.
Somebody stretches on a goddamn chair and you're like, oh, what happened? What is this, Honey, I Shrunk the Kids? Fuck.
That's what I thought.
All right. Well, I'm here. Damn it.
You never know these days. Fucking people building shrink rays in the backyard. No.
Oh, my God. This shrink ray. Yeah.
Oh, Wayne Zielinski.
Yep. Now, Rick Moranis, not friggin' what's-his-face. Oh, my God. Peter Scolari on the Honey, I Shrunk the Kids TV show? Nope. Nobody
no, thank you.
TV show.
Fuck it.
It doesn't exist.
Hell no.
Apparently, Rick Moranis is making a comeback, though. I'm all for it.
Come on, Rick.
I'm down.
What I'm not down for is Rob Van Dam and Katie Forbes announce next week the whole effing talk show.
I hate it. I hate it. I hate it.
Hey. Basically, it's going to be like 10 minutes of RVD talking and 10 minutes of Katie Forbes twerking.
Yep. Oh, God. Booty shaking, earthquaking, man.
On the flip side, Sami Callihan did promise to hack the show.
Thank God. That's the first time I've ever said thank God to Sami Callihan.
How much can change in a year?
Yeah, that is true. Friggin' just pile drive. Cactus special. Yeah, that's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
It would be even better, Sammy, if you could hack it before it begins.
Mm-hmm.
Just what it is? Van Dam's music starts and beep. Nope.
You know what it is, too? I'm just tired of seeing Rob Van Dam wrestle. And I love Rob Van Dam, but I just don't care about Rob Van Dam anymore.
I'd rather see him wrestle than make out.
I'd rather see him wrestle, too, but for God's sake, man. He's older. He's gotten slower. And, with, the thong over there, I'm just like, whatever.
Yeah, it definitely takes you out of everything he does.
That it does.
Yeah.
And she's not a bad wrestler either. It's just, less.
Hey.
Hey. What is she, the freaking Fonz over here? Hey.
Exactly that.
Yeah.
Except, I don't want to see the Fonz twerking either.
Hey, man. Henry Wood did have a Roy Orbison tattoo on his bum, though.
There you go.
Well, Mama don't know. Don't hurt her.
Yes.
Oh, well, we forgot to mention Taya confronted Tasha and Kiara, which led to a match between Taya and Tasha. Bravo's a little preoccupied on the phone trying to make wedding arrangements. But Taya gets the win anyway. Man's got a wedding to plan.
Mm-hmm.
Again, with a demon.
With a demon.
You know I'm demon, right? Forget that line just gets me every time.
That's what I love about you.
That's what I love about
you. Then we get some Moose, who pays a visit to his old coach. Okay. Randomly. The coach seems to have been kind of possessed, I guess, by EC3 because he starts repeating EC3's words.
Weird.
Moose has been warned.
It's like Randy Orton when The Undertaker possessed Josh Matthews while he was interviewing him going into Armageddon.
Why would you want to possess Josh Matthews?
That's what he did. Remember back in late 05 going to...
Then again, he's married to Madison Rayne.
Woo!
Very interesting to see how this pays off with EC3 and Moose because we can't really pinpoint what EC3's gimmick is. He's just kind of cutting these ominous promos while stalking Moose. And now he can possess people. Or brainwash people.
He's controlling their narrative.
He's controlling, yeah. Interesting. I just kind of want to see, like, the belt in a chair and EC3 with a gun to it or something. Hostage situation.
You know what's funny about this? Last time I think they feuded with each other was for the Grand Championship. Not even for the Impact TNA World Heavyweight Championship, but the Grand Championship, Dazzy Dangerously.
Yeah, well, they showed them in the flashback, the triple threat match with EC3, Moose, and Mike Bennett.
Ah, yes. The only title Mike Bennett ever held, though, not the grand title. He held the X Division title for like a week after he beat Eddie.
That was a handicap. No, it was a handicap because Moose.
Oh, this was when they were.
Bennett stole the win. Yeah.
Yeah, was that when they were? That was when him and Mike Bennett were like a tandem, right? And Moose came in as a heel, and him and Mike Bennett were like a tandem for like a very short time.
I wasn't watching back then. I think I stopped watching when EC3 lost because it was his first ever loss.
Oh, that's when Mike Bennett beat him. Yep.
Yeah, but that one was 1-on-1. I don't know when this match came.
What? That was his first loss, though. When Mike Bennett beat him, that he ended on the undefeated streak.
Yeah, it was 1-on-1, though, wasn't it? It wasn't that handicap match. Oh, I don't know.
It's 2016, man. It was 4 years ago. a lot of things happen.
Yeah, and a lot of it I missed because I stopped watching Impact. But stacked card next week. We got Deanna and Kimberly versus Kylie and Susie. We got Brian Myers, Willie Mack, Part 3. I believe it's Kiara's turn to take on Taya. Did I see that right? It was either that or a rematch with Tasha. But anyway. And of course, Triple XL versus the Dinas and the 8-man tag.
All right.
Also, found out yesterday, Crazy Steve has said he's confirmed he's blind. I never knew. I've met the guy face to face and didn't have a clue. Because he always kind of looks around, but I just thought it was part of the crazy gimmick. Like I always thought he doesn't make eye contact with people because, he's crazy. But yeah, apparently he's completely blind. So impressive. And it also explains why he couldn't read the labels in Wrestle House when he stole the Dina's beer.
Makes sense.
Yeah, he said he couldn't read the labels. I just thought he couldn't read. Well, literally cannot read. But yeah, so much respect, Crazy Steve. Main event was Eric Young versus Tommy Dreamer. Old school rules. I don't know why we're going with this name now. Extreme Rules is, I guess, copyrighted by WWE.
ECW.
Sure.
ECW.
Obviously, Young gets the win and then begins to attack Dreamer's legs after the match, but is fought off by the surprising return of Rich Swann on one good leg. If it was WWE, he'd be completely healed.
That is true.
Yeah. And then we get another.
I still wish I'd rewound it to see how he got in that damn ring. Did he just jump over or slingshot himself in, or I don't know? I can't.
kind of limped down the ramp, and then next second he was in the ring.
Yeah, I have no idea. Like, the camera angles got all sloppy and all, but next thing I know, he just like fucking was in there. I was like, how the hell did he do that so fast?
That's what
The
Eric
other
Young
thing,
as well.
yeah, the other problem that pissed me off about that was like he threw his crutch in the ring and it went over Ewa's head, but yet it still knocked him down.
The camera angle cut just behind Eric Young, just in time.
Yeah.
And then we get another shouting tirade from EY. You shouldn't be here. All right.
What? Oh, you shouldn't be here. Sorry. My fault.
Yeah.
That was my fault. I zoned out. Yeah, you shouldn't be here, Phoenix. So.
Yeah, I got the reference.
So, just want to say is what I meant to say because I'm trying so hard not to laugh. Why is it, what are you doing here? You shouldn't be here. Why? Eric Young is just so animated, just yelling. You shouldn't be here. What is he doing here? Rich! Swan! Swan! Just bring it over and over again. Swan! Like, all right, we know who he is.
I just love Eric Young shouting. Maybe at the Maxis we need to do a compilation of all our Eric Youngs just yelling.
Swan!
Next week.
He's like Billy Madison. Don't look at me like that, Swan.
I'm looking at me, Swan.
There you go. Swan!
Oh.
That could be like the new buzzer there for trivia.
Yes.
Eric Young yelling. Yes.
He took Chubbs' hand. Oh boy, and that is Impact. We were going to have PromoBowl match number 2 this week, but we've had a little bit of a delay on that, so look out in the next couple of days for Chris Durham versus Ronald Hill. They will, of course, face the winner of Cypher and Phoenix in a few weeks.
Hey, all right.
I got to say, Chris's promo, what a debut.
Dude had his promo 10 days ago.
That dude was early.
I like it.
Ready to come back. That's for sure.
And we get Money Maker Chris, man. Not just Chris Durham, guys. Money Maker Chris, as I have known him for the last 3-4 years. Money Maker Chris.
When you come for the king, you best not miss. Max Wrestling presents Promo Series 5 Enemy Lines, November 19th. Go to maxwrestlinguk.weebly.com for more information.
Well, if you're the shape, show me something.
Maybe a couple of years ago I could have. But look at that.
Steady as a rock.
Yeah, but I cut promos with this hand.
What's up, everybody? This is AJ Kirsch, one half of the MLW commentary team, and you're listening to the Max Wrestling Podcast. It's time to take it to the max.
Hey, everybody, it's the interview queen, Alicia Atute here, and you are currently listening to the Max Wrestling Podcast. It's time to take it to the max.
So let's finish the show with some dynamite. Like we said, All Out was disappointing. There's no, polish in that.
Well, you also have Reby Hardy on Twitter calling Sammy Guevara fucking dumbass.
Fucking woman.
That's the problem. Here's the thing, like we were talking about, like I understand she's concerned, but she's gotten him in trouble with so many of his promotions, Impact, WWE,
She cannot keep her mouth shut.
Well, she's also from Queens. And let me say this to you. As someone
she's from Queens and she's Latino.
Someone who knows and loves Chef is tame compared to that woman.
I think everybody's tame compared to Reby.
Correct. And I met her once at a Northeast wrestling show when it was the Hardys and the Young Bucks. And it was not a bad show. It was good. She was selling Matt's t-shirts. She was working his merch. And she was very nice for like the 10 seconds that I talked to her.
The crazy thing is she's like this when she's not pregnant, but Matt's impregnated her 3 times. God
That man
love
is
that man.
The man is a glutton for punishment, is what he is, man. That's what he is.
Well, he grew up a Hardy.
That is true. Friggin' Beth Hardy and Rebby Hardy are like night and day. Friggin' Beth is just so like whatever, and her and Jeff are just chill. And then here's Matt and Queen Rebecca over here.
Yeah, even all the shit that goes on with Jeff. And Beth is just so chill.
Yeah, very quiet, just keeping it private, gonna deal with it. Friggin' Rebby's like, fuck that owl and fuck you guys. You want to talk about my husband like that? Get away from him. Psh, just like Jesus, going on a buck wild tangent.
Nuts. Absolute lunatic. Loose cannon.
To quote Dickie Roberts, former child star, this is knucking futz, man.
She is knucking futz. Dynamite kicks off though with kind of strange. Tony outside as Jericho and MJF arrive at exactly the same time from opposite sides in exactly similar vehicles, and then come face to face. It was so weird,
right?
Like, what? And then they arrive simultaneously and then kind of blow smoke up each other's ass, and then walk away and call each other a loser. All right.
Okay then.
Let's move on. First match was Jurassic Express getting a surprising victory over the Lucha Brothers. There's, again, dissension in the ranks. Phoenix is frustrated with Penta. Andy and the Blade come between them, and Eddie Kingston, of all people, is Peacemaker.
Because nothing says Peacemaker like Eddie Kingston. I tell you.
If Eddie Kingston's yelling at you, you're going to do what he says.
And Eddie coming out acting like damn Curtis Axel from a few years ago.
And kind of dressing like John Cena from 10 years ago.
I was just going to say that. But at the same time, like, I when I saw this whole thing, because, I do the whole watch along, and this entire thing felt like a Mexican's, like you hung out with your cousins, maybe it's a kid's birthday party. Somebody got too drunk, and all the cousins are, like, trying not to fight with each other. They're like, Where's your wife? Where's your wife? AKA, she's probably puking in the bathroom. I'm here, he's, and then, like, the part that killed me is he walks up to Pentagon, puts his arm over him. You're my best friend. Him? He's like, I like him too. He's all right. Just like, that's exactly what happens at every Mexican party. Exactly.
He's your brother, man.
He's your brother, man. Shake his hand. I'll put you right in the mouth. Shake his hand. I'm just like, yes, this is fucking Big Brother Eddie Kingston at the rescue.
And then he talked about the Battle Royal and all. I was like, you kicked him, and you weren't even sorry about it, and don't tell me it was an accident.
Yeah, he's all, give me that bullshit.
I love Eddie Kingston.
Eddie Kingston's awesome.
I want a shouting match between Eddie Kingston and Eric Young.
Yeah, it'd be great.
I'm all about that, man. With him just bringing Swan, and then just bringing Eddie Kingston, just going all ghetto fabulous vibes on him. Absolutely.
I can just hear them yell at each other. Swan, shake his hand.
What was that, Travis?
With Chris Jericho judging.
Oh,
there you go.
Yes.
And the loser gets dumped in Mimosa.
Speaking of judging, goddamn Cody Rhodes.
Yeah, the breaking news after the show was Cody is a judge on a game show called the Go Big Show.
With Snoop Doggity Dogg.
With Snoop Dogg.
Snoop Dogg like own TBS now? What the fuck's going on?
Well, him and Martha Stewart had that show together, man.
That's what I'm saying. Does he like own TBS now?
That whole announcement was so surreal. It's just like, okay, Cody's got a game show. Oh, wait a minute. Okay, it's a talent show. Wait, the Snoop Dogg. What the fuck?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
Anyway, you got to do something while he's injured, I guess. Penta did finally accept Phoenix's handshake, and Eddie also pointed out he was never actually eliminated from the Casino Battle Royal.
That's true.
Read the rules.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, he went out to, I believe, the middle rope and then got knocked off the apron.
Hence Curtis Axel reference that I made.
Exactly.
Axel Mania.
Yeah, but he didn't have a goddamn clock of how long I've been in the battle. I've been in the Battle Royal for 770.
Well, the thing is,
it's not over yet.
Well, it kind of was, because he came out the next night and, said that whole thing that he was never eliminated, and then Ambrose just chucks him over the top rope. Now you're eliminated.
There you go.
I'm pretty sure he got knocked over the top rope for weeks on end.
Right.
And he did, yeah.
So I guess we're expecting a match between Eddie Kingston and Archer at some point. But apparently the match isn't going to take place at the next pay-per-view. It's going to be on the October 14th episode of Dynamite, which is 3 or 4 weeks before Full Gear. So they must have different plans for the pay-per-view.
MJF Part 2.
Maybe.
I'm just kind of disappointed that we got to wait so long for Double or Nothing, because that would have been a perfect name for the pay-per-view for MJF to get another shot.
It would have. But I honestly like the idea of like, even if Mox does lose and MJF is champ, I don't think he'd hold on to it long because Archer's right on his ass.
Yeah.
And then I think Archer's going to be that monster that it's going to take that great god of a face to knock off. And that may end up being like Hangman. I think it'd be awesome.
Well, we've already mentioned Rebby. Matt came out to address his injuries at All Out. He didn't exactly...
I would have rather her talk, because all he did was fucking... It's, I don't mean to put you guys through that, and fucking, I shouldn't have did that, and I'm like, can you fucking speed it up,
maybe he was concussed.
I was like, where's the fucking wrap it up box, dude? You fucking need the wrap it up, B.
I don't want to be that guy, but they should have stopped the damn match.
No, what do you mean you don't want to be that guy? Are you fucking kidding me? This guy was unconscious for at least 30 seconds.
Hold on.
What I meant unconscious.
Oh, easy there. Hold on. What I meant by that is I don't want to be that guy because somebody's going to start an argument about that whole thing. That's why. Because you see all these bullshit arguments about that on Twitter and stuff. Because the minute somebody says they should have stopped the match, which they rightfully should have, she put up the damn X twice. Like, they'll be like, oh, well, he's a pro. Derp. Oh, yeah.
That's the problem. But see, that's the thing that people don't want to understand. Because he's a pro, he doesn't want to stop. That's why when she first threw up the X and he's stumbling and bumbling and can't get on his own fucking feet, that's the pro in him. Oh, I got to keep going. We got to go to the finish. Fuck a finish. Fuck the finish. Like, are you serious? This guy is obviously concussed. He was clearly knocked unconscious. You're going to have him fucking climb something to throw a punch? Are you kidding me?
It's ridiculous, man. And the problem is, too, like, again, they should have fucking stopped it, but they didn't, and Matt's friggin' tumbling around. You have that incident going on in one show. Matt Sydal, in his debut in the damn company, friggin' slips on the rope and botches the airborne, for God's sake.
I can't even be mad at the guy. They're fucking, it's like 100+ degrees out there, humidity out the ass. A shooting star press is hard as fuck as it is. I do commend the man for not fucking killing himself.
Mm-hmm. Me too.
There was also a rumor he was high.
No, I think it's just... No.
Even if he was, fucking RVD used to wrestle stoned all the time.
Yeah.
And he was fucking clear shit, no problem.
I don't want to say it was funny, but I did kind of laugh that the screenshot Rebby posted of, her texting Matt, like, what the fuck, Matt?
No, I did laugh.
Was she expecting him to reply during the match?
Yeah, that too.
I know, right?
Like, you can clearly see him live on your TV in the middle of a match. He obviously doesn't have his phone in his hand.
Well, why not? Why isn't he answering me?
Yeah, exactly.
It's called
why doesn't he have his phone while he's unconscious?
He's unconscious, yes. And then, and a lot of people gave some flack to Tony Khan for that thing about, he's okay and yada, yada, yada. And it's like, all right. And a lot of people gave flack to him and the protocol and everything, man. But it's a whole lot of thing that went on from that match. Everybody's just upset, and rightfully so.
Yeah, if it was WWE, Matt would have had a fractured jaw.
Well, okay. Hold on. Can I make a comparison really quickly?
Yes.
Okay. 2013, when Daniel Bryan got that stinger in the match against Randy Orton, Daniel Bryan wanted to continue. Triple H said, no, you're hurt, and they stopped the match. These motherfuckers didn't stop the match.
Yeah, and the fans booed it when they stopped the match.
Very true, but he needed to stop the match because Daniel Bryan was hurt. He didn't want to see him get hurt even more, but these motherfuckers let him stop to get the damn finish over the lost member, Menudo.
But then, in typical WWE fashion, Triple H parodied it a couple of weeks later with a kayfabe stinger.
That is very true. Not gonna lie to you on that front. I'm just saying. Yes, you're very true on that front. I'm just saying the difference between that from 2013 get.
I'm not expecting Tony Khan to come out next week and get a concussion.
Hey man, I'm just saying
a kayfabe concussion. Maybe
okay.
He'll get a real one if he bumps into Rebby.
Okay, if he goes out there and does stunners again with friggin' Aubrey Edwards or dresses like Orange Cassidy again, then yeah, whatever.
Well, Matt says he's undergone several tests and will make a full recovery, and when he's cleared, he will chase the World Championship.
Hey, Moxley and Hardy. Or Archer and Hardy.
No, thank you.
No,
Surely this is a perfect setup for the broken gimmick.
True. By the way, speaking of no thank you.
He keeps coming out with this weird generic music and just, hey, it's Matt.
Well, speaking of
Matthew Hardy.
Speaking of no thank you, I think you and Harold Joseph under the third are in the same boat of you both don't want to see Matt Hardy anymore.
Like, I'm over it, man. I'm over it. Like, I was all about him being in, and maybe, you know, if it was the broken gimmick running the Dark Order, then okay, cool, fine, whatever. But if you're just gonna be Matthew Hardy, that's okay. You can go do your autograph signings and your picture shits and meet and greets but I don't need you on TV. I don't need you wrestling, and I damn sure don't need you going for a fucking championship.
Yeah, I don't know why they went with this like generic Matthew Hardy. They know the broken gimmick's over and it works.
Mm-hmm. So like with me, I don't want to see him wrestle. Well, to be honest, like he's just too stiff for me. It's just not there anymore. But he's still good on the mic, and he could really be good to put somebody over. He would make a good manager. He could make a good trainer, a good coach. So in that aspect, yes, but going for the championship, hell no.
Maybe the TNT championship.
Yeah, that'll be fun.
No. Nothing.
I just want it off of Brody Lee. That's all.
You want to know? You want to know the only belt? You want to know the only belt I would allow him to win is if they make a trios title and he wins it with like Private Party. Then that's fine.
What's wrong with Brody Lee being the TNT champion?
Yeah, seriously, he's awesome.
I don't like it.
You don't like nothing.
No.
Unless it's got green or blue hair.
Yeah, right. It is.
Which is understandable.
Taste the rainbow, Skittles.
Skittles.
I'd like to see Jungle Boy beat Brody Lee.
Why? Why Jungle Boy?
Well, no, not right now, but just because like how like Jungle Boy's getting these like random, somebody else fucked up and I got a roll up win.
Okay.
I would love just to see that, just to have him get pissed off and just scream and yell at everybody and throw papers and shit just to kill him the next week.
Hey, as you know what it is too, and I'm just gonna say this because I know we're gonna get to it. Fucking, you bring in Miro, aka Rusev, and he's with that damn Kip Sabian, and I already immediately hate it.
Oh, can I say this now?
Yes.
Go for it.
WWE literally built an entire era with WCW and ECW's rosters.
Yes.
Jericho, Dudley's, Van Dam, Booker T, Benoit, Guerrero, Mysterio, Goldberg. And you're going to give AEW shit for hiring a bunch of mistreated free agents? The fuck out.
That thing kills me because there's so many people out there that, all AEW is all ex-WWE. I'm like, first off, that's how WCW was. That's professional wrestling, baby. That's how it goes. When you're treated like shit in one company and then you actually show the world, hey, I can do some shit, they're gonna let you flourish. While this other company is like, you're not moving much.
I would take it as a damn compliment. You got people in WWE that's wanting to leave there to go to a different company. I mean, you could look at WWE the same damn way.
Oh no, I look at it as a positive.
They're just Impact and Ring of Honor rejects. Like, what the? It's stupid. It's not a fucking reject.
Yeah.
They're just really damn good, talented people that deserve to be spotlighted. the way they deserve. Like they've earned it.
To make the comparison there, when I first saw EC3 go over to Impact, it's funny because his last match on NXT was against Big E, and he had just gotten that new haircut and that new look that you saw as the EC3 look, and then WWE fires him right after that, and then I see him as a part of, how they're building with the girl in the car and the whole thing before he's revealed to being Aunt D, Dixie Carter's nephew, and I'm just like, is that Derek Bateman? And then I was curious to see it. I'm like, holy shit, that's Derek Bateman. But then you see the debut of EC3 against the likes of Noah Furnham and the whole nine there, aka now friggin' Peter Avalon. But still, it's very cool, and it just showed the progression of EC3 and Impact, and one of the mainstays and one of the best parts of Impact Wrestling.
That's the thing as well. They're not just making stars out of ex-WWE talent. I mean, you know who Darby Allin or MJF was?
I knew who MJF was.
Well, you know everybody.
Yeah,
I mean in general.
Okay, yeah, no, true, very true. I didn't know Darby Allin knew MJF.
I was about to say, there's not a person, a part of AEW's roster that I did not know. Maybe except for like the weirdos in the Dark Order.
Well, I knew his wife, and I didn't want to know Darby Allin's wife after that. Here's the thing about her. Priscilla Kelly is not a bad wrestler. Like when she was in Shine, I know she did one bout in the Mae Young Classic, but ever since the tampon spot, I'm out.
Facts.
Yep.
Okay,
Now,
I will rephrase after Travis.
Y'all do know Darby Allin was on I think it was VH1 or something like that, several years ago, about sex addiction.
He had a sex addiction?
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, I'm not surprised because he was married to Priscilla Kelly.
What's so wrong with that?
Well, they did a lot of True Life episodes of that on MTV when they had a sex addiction. And there was this one guy who had like piercings on his eye. He looked like friggin' Aaron Lewis from Stained, and he pretty much, with the piercings and that thing. Oh my goodness, it was buck wild. Well, dude couldn't fight the urges. Go ahead.
The funny thing about the Darby Allin episode was that he found like an old lady or some older lady.
Hold on, what?
Have you heard about this?
Like where this is going?
No, I don't. I don't like where this is going.
Y'all don't know about that episode?
No.
Okay, so
borderlines here.
Borderline.
So Darby Allin found I don't know I can't remember exactly how old she was, but it was a play on that she was a teacher or something, and he was a student, and they had a sexual relationship. But it caught a lot of heat because it's supposed to be that true life story where they were like, it's supposed to be real, but they actually faked it all just so they could get on TV.
Terrible.
That's
you had
nasty.
me reeling on the edge of my seat.
That's nasty. Okay, I will rephrase. MJF, Darby Allin, Jungle Express weren't as well known 2 years ago as they are now.
Facts.
And that's because AEW pushed them, so shove it up your ass like the brass rings.
Oh, yeah.
That was a great line, too. I mean, obviously, it's a typical ex-WWE guy going to another company line, dig at Vince McMahon, but it was a great line.
Oh!
I also didn't realize he was signed for 10 years in WWE.
Yeah, no.
What up, Mike?
Okay, I was trying to find whatever the hell he was talking about with Darby Allin and the old woman. But I just looked at this. Friggin', well, he piqued my interest. I'm like, what the fuck is he watching? Anyway, I digress. Since August last month, and now we're in September, apparently Darby Allin and Priscilla Kelly are going through a divorce.
Oh, yeah. I heard about that.
I did not know that. All right, wow.
Dirty fucking slut.
That right there.
God, what else? Okay, so Cassidy gets a win over Helico with the Super Orange Punch, which is funny because nobody criticizes that, but everybody criticizes Roman's Superman Punch.
Yeah.
But I digress. Then gets attacked by P&P, not PP, P&P, before Best Friends make the save and lay down a challenge against Ortana and Ortiz. Ortana? Santana.
I was like, Ortana.
Yeah, I'm just combining names again, right?
Orton and Santana, got it.
Oh, for God's sake.
Yeah.
I found it. I fucking found it. Darby Allin reveals how he got booked on TLC. Sex sent me to the ER. Are you fucking serious?
Sounds like you literally
Sex sent me to the ER. That's awesome.
Oh my god. Oh, I don't even want to read it.
I do.
Yeah, I've seen bits of that show, and every time it comes on, I just quickly look for the remote.
I can't believe this.
Ugh.
It's hilarious.
Tony interviews Hangman backstage. Hangman takes responsibility for his actions against the Bucks and for FTR getting a shot against him. On the flip side, JR interviews Kenny Omega, who has a kind of different opinion. Omega says it's time for him to finally become a single star, as he was expected to be all along.
We need the cleaner.
He is actually called the Cleaner on the website now, isn't he?
Yes.
Like his nickname.
Yes. The thing that I love the most about this is he was like, I was supposed to be the star, and then I yelled, and in my head I saw the whole part from Star Wars. I was like, you were the chosen one.
He's like, I gave a year of my life to Hangman.
And now you're going to kill everybody.
I thought you've been friends for years.
I know, right? I was like, you guys were in the Elite for a while.
But it's cool. We're getting a slightly more pissy Kenny Omega, which is good. He needs to get a little bit more serious. Yeah, the Bucks are a little pissy as well. They got fined $5,000 each for super kicking Alex Marvez.
Who sold it like an asshole.
Yeah, it wasn't quite I kick Stan.
He just like fell over. He was just like, Barr. He didn't know how to fall.
It would have been a great throwback, though, if they'd have ran out of the dressing room and then kicked Sean Spears.
Yep. Bang.
I just kicked Sean.
I just kicked Stan.
Sean Spears is like, really? 14 years later?
I would actually absolutely pay that off at some point.
Yes.
Or just have Sean like super kick like Evil Uno with a stack of papers in his hand. Bam! See, I just kicked Uno.
It's just out of frustration because he's not doing anything in AEW right now.
Yeah.
And his manager's off running around with the tag team champions.
Yeah. He's just the Barry Windham not doing shit in the background, which kind of sucks.
Yeah. Speaking of FTR, they insult the entire tag team division.
Yep.
And then feel the wrath of Jungle Express, who dump ice all over them.
With some beers.
Yeah, with some beers, but don't waste the beers.
That's what I kept saying.
I
seen
fine.
it. I was like, it's Miller Lite time. It's Miller Lite time, and then I was like, okay, cool. I could see that they're getting ready to dump the ice chest on them, and I'm like, I hope you took the beers out first, and then they dump it. And there's like still like 3 beers in there. I'm like, first off, that could have hurt somebody, and second off, don't waste a beer. Now it's all shook up. Yeah. I don't want to drink it.
That's like an hour's worth of drinking gone.
Ruined me.
MJF also fired his entire team.
Shouldn't have fired the gum guy, though. That guy was top-notch. Top-notch gum guy.
I'm a little disappointed because I don't get to see Smart Mark Sterling on my TV anymore. I like Smart.
Well, he almost came to blows with Wardlow before he reminded him that he technically works for him.
Oh, yep. Boy.
That was a line that I knew this was going to come to a head at some point, and I'm just loving that they're just going to be like, you know what? Let it marinate some more.
Yeah.
Let it build until it has to pop. Like, that's the build I want with these guys.
Just something like Wardlow going, I signed a new contract. Bam!
Exactly. And it could be like right after he wins the title or whatever. Which actually would be kind of cool.
Yes. I'm sure we'll get another Battle Royal at the next pay-per-view, so do it then.
Right? So I hope somebody's listening.
Tony.
Make that shit happen. Tony.
Khan, if you're not
listening. Tony!
There's some White Claws in it for you.
I got a friend that works at Burger King, if you know what I mean.
We had a debut next. Didn't exactly go as planned, though, with Ty Conti taking a loss to Nyla.
Oh, you know what it is? That pisses me off because I love me some Tainara Conti.
Yeah, so underrated in NXT as well.
No, very briefly, by the way, nicely. Sorry to cut you off. You know she briefly teamed with NXT? Remember Zeta Zhang, who was in the Mae Young Classic? Now she's like on MLW and all that shit. Zeta Zhang. Zeta, Zhang.
Huh. I was going to say, I don't remember being a tag team wrestler in NXT.
They did it on a couple of house shows, but they were fine, man. Fine as wine. And Tainara Conti, yes, please.
Damn.
All about it.
It's weird, though, because she was so pissed off with her treatment in NXT, and then she debuts in AEW and jobs to Nyla.
Yes.
It doesn't necessarily mean she's going to get the same treatment, though. I mean, Shida comes down to make the save from Nyla.
I don't want to see another Shida and Nyla Rose match. I don't.
No.
I don't.
So, yeah, I'm not exactly sure what's going on there.
That's a no for me, dog.
I especially don't want to see it if Vicky's gonna wear that damn shirt again. I cannot believe they put that picture on a damn t-shirt.
First and foremost, she's a cougar, so shut your mouth. Travis the Walker Anderson. You guys are puking over Vicky Guerrero.
Bro, you know what? That's fine. You want to call her the cougar? I'm not in the jungle, baby. That's how I take it.
Oh, excuse me, Mrs. Marquez. Just go put the bath and put the pedals to Jordan Grace, Mr. Thick. Mr. Thick.
I'll hit the sirens as she walks through the door.
You make me sick. Move on.
Move on to the main event, which was the TNT Championship. Brody versus Dustin. Dustin going a little blue dust.
Blue dusty.
Match kicks off before the intros are finished, though. And Dustin can't wait to hurt Brody.
No, he can't.
But unfortunately, Brody finishes him off with that discus lariat. Ouch.
First of all, blue dust. Every time I think of blue dust, I think of the goddamn Blue Meanie.
Yep.
Yeah, exactly.
That's the point.
Didn't he actually do a blue dust once?
Yes, that was him in the Blue Meanie. St. Valentine's Day Massacre 99, man.
That was it, yeah. Just bizarre. The bizarre one.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, well, there you go. It fits the name.
Exactly. And then we just finish off with Dark Order joining Brody in the ring, and Brody gives a low blow to Dustin just for good measure.
Kicking the ding-ding, man.
Shattering those dreams.
Yep.
While still shouting at Colt.
It was very weird, though, that we go from that to Cody's announcement. You know, your brother just got kicked in the nuts, but hey, here's a new game show.
All right, game show.
It's like when Impact used to do back in the TNA. There would be some big angle that Mike Tenay to the back.
It was so weird saving that announcement for the end of the show. I mean, it would have been fine somewhere in the middle.
Yep.
Because, you know, not necessarily a bad thing. You know, good for Cody.
Indeed.
Just so random.
Okay, Kai and Ty over there with your indeed.
Indeed.
Yeah.
That was the best.
Choppy the pee-pee.
Pee-pee.
Choppy the pee-pee. No, leave Caleb with a K alone.
Oh, God. Okay. And John Wayne Bobbitt with Val Venus, man, on Raw back in the day because they both had their wangs chopped off.
There you go.
Hey, nothing says, nothing says making sure that it works after 9-hour surgery for John Wayne Bobbitt than going to do porn right away.
You know what I mean?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and
that's
also
true
getting
test of life.
With Ken Shamrock's sister.
Hey.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Whatever happened to Ryan Shamrock?
I think Alicia Webb was dating X-Pac for a little bit.
Cool.
You know you feel it with the X Factor.
All right.
All right. Yeah. Good for X-Pac.
That's what I was just going to say.
Not anymore, he's not. I remember for like a short time he was also dating Nydia.
Well,
for
still good for him.
Hey, X-Pac got around.
He did. Went from China to Nydia to Alicia Webb, Ryan Shamrock.
Tori.
Tori, yeah, not Tori.
Not Tori Wilson. Tori with an I.
Yep, the other Tori. Tori with an I.
Tori with an I.
Wasn't she the ninja for Raven? I believe she was.
Tori with an I?
Yeah, Tori with an I was the Raven.
Yes, I think
she was. The ninja with Raven, yeah.
After she broke Kane's big red heart.
That she did.
Bitch.
The Jezebel. To quote Jim Ross, Jezebel. Yes. The Jezebel.
She also had the match with Sable at WrestleMania, and it was like this weird.
Was like the drizzling shit?
Oh, yes. Wasn't she like the obsessed fan with Sable? WrestleMania 15.
Yeah, I kind of missed the build up, but that was the gist of it.
Yeah.
But anyway, In 10 weeks' time, it's time for some real cowboy shit. Promo Series 5 Enemy Lines is our next special, and the card is taking shape. Emphasis on that as the shape heads into a promo duel with the 2020 King of the Mic El Jefe Moses Marquez.
Ooh, picking up steam.
Pistols are down.
Oh, yeah, don't watch it. You may have a 6-shooter, but I may have some little better fight.
Bulletproof vest. Genius. Old Biff Tannen there. I knew Mike would appreciate that reference.
Yes, I did. Very much.
The Knowledge Championship in the traditional winner stays on gauntlet. 3 opponents are TBC, the Demoness, and it could be one more round with Moses.
Well, I'm going to say right now, 2 that are possible right now are either Alex Dorio from Talking Taker Podcast, Ella J Wrestling Gal Podcast. 2 to be determined, man. We shall see, Mr. Dazzy Dangerously.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moses and Phoenix have been fighting for almost a year over that championship now.
So this is Nicola's second shot at the title after Trivia Takeover, and it didn't really go so well. But, she's there, 2012.
She's up for it.
Yeah, she's the female Amir.
And speaking of the Demoness, she is still our promo champion and will defend against 3 opponents in the, wait for it, microphone standoff.
Like a microphone standoff.
And if that wasn't enough, prepare for a pop culture showdown as Brittany Savage faces Mike Larkin in a promo exhibition.
Cannot wait, man. Cannot wait.
We understand that there will be no takeover that weekend, so the Predictions Championship will only be on the line for Survivor Series, which means no one-day reign this time.
Oh, boy. Hey, man. Well, first and foremost, you're not just going to just brush over the history that has been made with the Predictions Championship.
You are the first ever 4-time Predictions Champion.
Damn Skippy Hippie.
But you're also the shortest reigning with one of those one-day reigns.
I'm cool with that, man. It's 20.
You're not alone there.
Whatever. Fucking Chad. Hey, Chad lost to his goddamn wife, for God's sake.
Hey, don't remind him.
Had to say it.
For more information, go to maxwrestlinguk.weebly.com. He's just grateful she doesn't watch AEW, so she couldn't defend it.
Wait, hold on a minute. Right. That pissed me off. Because, hold on. Mr. I want my title back, the predictions title. Friggin', we don't watch AEW. What kind of bullshit is that?
Well, she doesn't. Chad does.
Oh, all right. Well,
I mean, he kind of follows it.
All right. I'll accept. To quote the Phoenix, I'll accept.
I'll accept that.
Yes.
That needs to be on a t-shirt, Phoenix.
It does. It does.
The bell has rung and it's time for us to bid you adieu. So before we go, remember to like and follow Max Wrestling on Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, and Instagram at Max Wrestling UK. We're also on SoundCloud, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, iHeartRadio, and Castbox.
Castbox!
Lee.
Yes.
And if that wasn't enough, you can find us, as always, on Wrestling with Andre Corbeil. Thank you very much to Andre. You can find me at the Captain 512. You can find Travis at Walker_TA92. And Twitch no longer makes your dick itch. So don't be a wanker. Check out Anchor with El Jefe.
Damn right. Check out Anchor for damn sure. The greatest thing about Anchor is it allows you to go to all those same platforms that Max is available. Spotify, iHeartRadio, Apple Podcasts, the whole shiggity bang and the 9. So I got some great news. We had dropped, I dropped the AEW All Out review. I said my piece on Matt Hardy and all kinds of other stuff. Everybody crapped on it. I tried to bring out the positive in the show. So hopefully that kind of puts everybody in the middle. And then the long-awaited part 3 of episode 50 for Retro Rewind has dropped. There is a extremely special guest on that show, and the only way you can find out is by listening.
There it is. And Mike, who you been talking to?
You guys can check me out, SM Show 1 or MCL92 on the Twitter machine and pop_culture_pod. And if you want to follow some of my Impact stuff at Impact Rewind, you guys can check out the latest edition of the Pop Culture History Podcast with Brittany Savage and I coming this week. And Ella J of a Wrestling Gal Podcast had Brittany on, and she promoted our bout coming up, a promo series, and talked about Max Wrestling and her past promos, which was sweet. That's coming out. And LFC, Beauty, Strength, and Dominance, the 3 key elements that make women the work of art that they are. Had on LFC fan Stephanie Ferreira talking about her sex and relationships column for Muscle Sport magazine and just her overall appreciation and love for the LFC Lingerie Fighting Championships product. LingerieFC.com. We're all over the place. SoundCloud, Stitcher, Cast Bizox, Anchor. Don't be a wanker. Listen to Anchor. The whole nine, man. We're here. We're there. We're everywhere. Wherever you get your podcasting needs, your audio platforms, I'm there with LFC and my own brand and the Max Wrestling Podcast. Just type me in, Google me, Twitter machine, social media, Wikipedia. It's going down.
Does he got a Wikipedia?
I don't, but I just rhymed Wikipedia, so thank you.
That's funny to make sure.
Hey,
tried to get us on Wikipedia, it didn't work.
I was gonna say that makes you extra famous.
Yes.
Yeah, even New Jack's son.
Oh no! Borderline.
That was so funny. Next week there's only one PromoBowl bout before we take a break for a week. It is Mike Jolly versus the untraceable Alexander Rowan. But before we get to that, of course, keep a lookout for Chris Durham versus Ronald Hill during the weekend. And that, my friends, is the bottom line. Goodbye. Mwah, and good night.
Darby Allin, you sick bastard.
Shooting guns at noon, partner.